No.
What up, Lowe's? Got the whole family in here tonight, so this one's going to be a little bit different. Running behind on everything, taking what? What?
Yeah.
Hey, bro.
You can't put that in there.
That's going, bro.
No, it's not.
Yeah, it is. Stop! I'm in the middle of this. Stop,
You
bro.
can redo it.
No,
Yes, you
I'm.
can. You don't have to delete
I am
that.
doing
Do it.
stuff. Leave me alone. Hannah, for real. For real. I'm in the middle of
Don't say
this.
nothing. Hannah, don't say nothing.
Y'all
You're
did
gonna
this.
turn it to a soundbite.
All right. Anyways. All right. So, yep. So I'm at home doing senior NCOA from the house, but I had to head out baseball practice with my son, and then just getting back. But I still got homework to do, so I got to get this one done quick. So it's gonna be a little bit short. Beast and Bum for last week. I think it was easy this week. Beast, Candy Shop. Yep. Kamish called it. I was 100% off on that one. I missed it. I thought for sure that he was going to continue his downward spiral and it was going to be over, but boy, he showed out. So good on you, man. That's a big week. And good hearing you in the pod with the boss. Fun to hear y'all chop it up a little bit. I like that. That was a nice little twist. Bum of the week. I was torn a little bit between Cannoli and who I ultimately gave it to, who was Fakalf. Cannoli, I mean, I was going to call it Bum of the Week for you just because you didn't have to do shit. Like, the roster was made for you. The lineup was set. You didn't have to do anything, and you still got your ass handed to you. But all in all, looking at the stats for Fakalf and how he put up no points, easy call was to give it to him. So Bum of the Week goes to you. Right into the pick'ems, or the picks, not pick'ems. Picks for the week. Like Kamish said, I went 4-2 last week, so I'm staying steady above 500 now. Hopefully that continues this week, but this one's actually a pretty tough week to look at and guess on. I did a quick look on everything at lunch this afternoon just to get my bearing about me and try and speed this up. But we'll roll right into it. Like I said, first match, D's Bucks versus Man Soup, the Kamish. Computer doesn't have it real close, but looking at the lineups and the way they're set up, I actually kind of like them. For you, D's Bucks. However, Kamish is averaging, like I said, I think Candy Shop called it like almost 130 a week. I can't pick against him this week. The only concern on his roster for me really is maybe Travis Kelce, but I imagine he bounces back after last week. They're going to need him against Detroit, so he's going to get targeted a whole bunch. And then, of course, the running backs are fucking firing off. Quarterback's got a great matchup. Jordan Love against Cincinnati should be lots and lots of points. So, yeah, for that reason, I'm going with Kamish on this one to pull off the win in pretty easy fashion. Next game, Zeke and Fakalf. By the way, that little picture's good. I think that on a shirt or something like that, man. Yeah, this one's not close according to the computer. Like I said, they got Zeke continuing his role, which, looking at his lineups, I think probably going to be the case too. I do like, BZ, I like your lineup too, to be honest with you. I think Debo's going to be sneaky good again. Bijan Robinson definitely going to do all right. They just need him against Buffalo. Really see what happens with Bill Krosky Merritt. But if you boys show out, I mean, it could be a really close match, despite what the computer says. However, come on now. However, yeah, I got to give the edge to Zeke on this one. All right. Next up, Philly Boy Green and Chubb Hunter. Again, the computer doesn't have this one very close at all. But I'm looking at the matchups. I think both of them are set up for success. But I think Philly Boy Green is on a roll, unfortunately. We keep celebrating the fucking win, whatever. You know I got jinxed by the commish. This shit ain't going to last forever. You're going to stay down there in the closet where you belong. But you are on a nice little run right now. So good on you. Things are definitely falling in place for you. Roster overall is pretty nice. I like your matchups. Anybody going up against Baltimore is going to have a big day, and Stafford's already putting up 30 a week without that. So for that reason, yeah, I'm giving the win to Philly Boy Green. Next matchup, y'all need Jesus and Red Balls. So Computer's got this one pretty close. They're giving the edge to Red Balls. And I do like everything you got going on your roster minus Chase Brown. I don't think he's yet to do shit. And I don't know if that's going to change putting Joe Flacco behind center, even though he does check down more than I think heard some stat. He's like averaging 8-9 checkdowns a week. So maybe it picks up his production a little bit. I do think Drake London's going to be good. Jamar Chase is going to be all right with Joe Flacco back there as long as he can stay upright. But it's a nice receiving core for Red Balls for sure. Over on the other side, YNJ, Trevor Lawrence been a nice little surprise. The one thing you got going for you yet again, man, these 3 fucking Jags. It ain't enough to carry you. Didn't do it for you last week against me. I am calling it this week, though. This is going to be my upset of the week. I got YNJ pulling off a real close one because I think Amon-Ra is going to show up big. I do think Brian Thomas is going to go up over 15 this week out of necessity, and it should be a good-ass game. So giving the edge to YNJ, my upset of the week. All right, next game, Cannoli and Candy Shop. Not close in the projections, but I think it's going to be way closer than what they're saying. Candy Shop's roster has definitely showed up pretty strong as of late, and it looks pretty solid for this week with good matchups. Saints and Giants defense for half his lineups, probably pretty nice. I think projections go up a little higher than what he's set on here for. But Cannoli with Josh Allen just balling out of control. Josh Jacobs and Javonte Williams, I think both of them are like top 5 or 6 fantasy running backs this year. Cortland Sutton, I don't know what's going to happen with him. I don't know if they're going to cover him up with Sauce Gardner, even though he's been getting burnt by everybody this year. I don't know what I mean. I think he's going to get fed a whole bunch, and he's still going to give you your 12 to 16 no matter what. I just don't know if it's going to be a super high output. But looking at it all, I am giving the edge to Cannoli just like the computer predicts. And I think he's going to pull off the win. Candy Shop drops back down to earth. Final matchup of the week. You got Duke of all shebags versus me. Computer's giving the edge to him. However, I don't see it that way. I'm not betting against myself this week. I think it's going to be a close one, but I do think I pull this one off. Even though I do like you line up a little bit, man. I don't know what happens with Chris Olave, though. I think J.K. Dobbins will have another big game. Your running back core is just really strong. No way Barkley doesn't eat against the Giants. I don't know about Tua, though. I went back and took a look at his stats, and he's gone over projections most of the weeks of the season so far. But I don't know. I think the Chargers are going to try and clamp him down, and I don't think he's going to put up close to what they're projecting at 20+. So the one thing that may go in your favor, I'm a little worried about, and I wish I would have realized this and probably snaked them from you. Picking up the Rams defense is a pretty good deal. Going against Baltimore and their shaky offense right now with Lamar out, they should have a big-ass day. But I'm also hopeful that my Denver Broncos are going to have a huge day against the Jets with a shit ton of sacks and maybe a couple turnovers. For that reason, I'm still not completely sold on my final lineup. I got one spot that I'm contemplating changing out still. It'll be, if I'm going to do it, I got to do it tonight. So, but either way, I'm giving the edge to me, and I think I pull off the win again and stay up in first place overall. Didn't go back through the video to see where I was right and wrong last week, so I don't have a big segment on that. Again, I would say I was 100% wrong on Candy Shop. I can own up to that. Is what it is. Again, congrats, and it's good to see you jump back in and hopefully keep going up. Right, I think the only thing I was right, I guess I was above 500 again, so I'm right in my picks. Oh, and then pick'ems. I led the pack this week, even though none of us did well. I chipped away a little bit to get back towards cutting into the lead. So hopefully this week I'll do pretty well there and maybe jump up 1 or 2 notches in the overall standings. Final piece. Like I said, Commish, I stand by the recommendation, man. The interview thing was good on yours. I would say if you got the time and can make it happen, go on and interview all the owners throughout the season, man. Just a little 3 to 5 minute segment. That shit was good to hear, and it was fun to hear y'all chopping it up. So maybe consider it. And then, of course, Fakoff, wouldn't a dig at you, man, telling you to jump online and speak out loud. I think for real, it wouldn't be bad content to have you a little angry corner where you get to come on and just unload on everybody or everything that's pissing you off for the week. You do all that digging through old chats and stats and everything else to go find all this shit to put in text. Why not just jump online and do a quick 3 to 5 minute video, give us something to listen to and watch on the side during the week, and it'll let you get your aggression out and get you where you need to be. So All right, yep. So that's all I got for the week, man. Good luck to everybody. Hopefully my picks go well, and then hopefully I get the win again. Good luck to everybody. We'll see y'all next week.